Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Caleb Moats back with another episode of the Caleb Moats Show. So, it's been a week, you know, since last Thursday we talked about it. It's been a week. That government shutdown still going strong. I don't understand it. It's the same story. I mean, I could sit here and talk about it for hours and I'll be repeating the same thing over and over and over again. So, here we are. But, however, some of the issues from that government shutdown is there's been some issues with traveling and stuff, and we're coming up on Thanksgiving, which is kind of scary for a lot of American people. Some of the issues are there's been 58 cancellations. Now you might think, in the whole scheme of things, that's not very much, but they usually don't have those cancellations. Something to think about, and they're just starting out getting worse and worse as it goes. Now there's 2,992 delays. That's a lot of delays. But it's simple. It comes from the people who are working as air traffic controllers, working as TSA agents. These people are not getting paid because they can't figure themselves out. Like I said before, the Republicans have tried 14 times to get a bill passed, and the Democrats say no, 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 no. Like, so the Democrats don't want to give up their leverage, and the Republicans are like, let's open the government. But with that being said, we need to worry about the American people. And right now, as you can see, just that alone, it's not doing too good for the American people. I mean, these people want to go to freaking football games. These people want to buy Thanksgiving dinner. These people want to provide for their families, but they just can't do it. So they got to go get another job. There's going to be risk involved. If you have two air traffic controllers doing the job that four is supposed to be doing, obviously there's going to be issues. And that's where we're at on that. They need to get their heads out of their butts. They need to actually do their job. But they refuse. So with that being said, another little tidbit of information that's good for the American people is Nancy Pelosi is finally retiring. And this comes after it's known pretty well that she does really good in the stock market. Sounds a little bit like insider trading, but I'm not going to throw out accusations. That's just what it sounds like. It's what it seems like to me. But hey, she does really good in the stock market. Really good, makes a lot of money off of it. But with that being said, it's good for the American people that she is finally getting out. I personally believe that some term limits would be good. It's not a great thing for people to be in that office for 40 plus years. We need to open it up and actually move forward, not stay where we were at 40 years ago. So that's just that. Another good thing is Thanksgiving meals are 25% less than what it was under the Biden administration. And Walmart said that themselves. So that's another good thing for the American people. Making Thanksgiving meals more affordable. That's needed, I think. Because a lot of people just can't pay for that straight up. So we finally have that going for us. Things are going good in that aspect. Now, finally getting down to the nitty gritty. Talking about the election that just went on. Now, the Democrats did a clean sweep. And honestly, I personally believe that the Democrats did a clean sweep because the government or the Republicans are not talking about the good that we've done. They're talking about what still needs to be done all the time. If we focus on the good that they've already done in office, I don't think it'd be a question, but I'm I'm fairly certain that that's what's going on. Now, out of all the elections, only one really catches my eye because I'm not one of those people who think, "Oh my God, we have a Democrat in office in some of these cities. Everything's going to die. All hell's going to break loose." That's not me. But there's one election that really gets me thinking and opens my eyes, and that's the election of Zoran. I think that's his first name, Zoran Mamdani. Now he is a self-proclaimed socialist. and he is Islamic, and he's become the mayor of the most powerful city in the world, New York, behind DC probably, but New York is one of the greatest cities in the world, and this man just got elected. So let's go into a little bit about what he wants to do. So Mamdani wants to raise the taxes of the successful people, average socialists, you know. So with that being said, those very rich people are already planning to leave. They're planning to go somewhere else. Okay, so what happens after they go somewhere else? That means they're going to have billions of dollars lost in tax money in New York City. Well, that raises the question, they need the money, right? Who are they going to go to get that money? They're going to raise the taxes of the common people because they need money to keep their city going. These successful people are no longer there. 100%. You see it right as it is. Socialism does not work. It's been tried and tried and tried plenty of times throughout history, and every time socialism happens, the country falls. So that's just one of the things that's just brought up. It's going to fall. Socialism doesn't work. Now we'll go into what Mamdani is. He is 100% anti-Western. He's wearing the costume to destroy the great city of New York. He's Islam means to an end of the Western civilization as we know it. Their whole job is to end us and take us over. That's what they want to do. So talk about some more ways that he's going to do it. He wants to globalize the Antifada. He wants to sanction Israel. He's anti-Western. He hates the Jews. He wants city groceries. He wants to freeze the rent. He wants free bus lines. He wants to expand gender-affirming care for all young people. That right there should open your eyes to a little bit. So let's break it down a little bit. He wants city groceries. He wants the grocery stores to be able to tell people when they can go shop and what they can buy. Okay. He wants to freeze the rent. So let's think about that for a second. That means these landlords aren't getting paid. So your air conditioner breaks or your sink breaks and you have to call them to come and fix it. And they tell you back, oh, I haven't made money in the past 6 months period, so your washing machine, your air conditioning is not getting fixed. I don't have the money to do it. Oh well. He wants free buses. You know how much money New York City makes off of bus lines? If you take that away, you're taking away a huge income for the city so that they legitimately have nothing else that they can have. You have to make money in order to make your city great. And public transportation is huge for that. That's how the lights are kept on. That's how a lot of the people get paid. That's how 90%, a lot of the welfare checks are from taxes and from bus lines. That's where it goes. And he wants to expand gender affirming care for all young people. That right there, that should be a line that you draw. Young people don't need to be dealing with any of that stuff, period. They let the young people sit there and play Xbox, PlayStation, go out, play basketball with their friends, go play football in the park. That's what the young people need to be worrying about, not what they are or whether they're wrong for being a man or wrong for being a woman. Let them be freaking kids, bro. Like, we don't need these young people getting this kind of care. And Islam is honestly a means to an end of the whole Western civilization. I mean, it says that he wants no cooperation with ICE. He doesn't want any immigration laws at all. He do away with all that crap. That's crazy as it is. Because immigration's a lot of immigrants make that city, yes. However, they're legally there. They're not illegally there. There's a right way to do things. And once you start breaking those laws, you can't continue to live and you can't continue because you will continue to break the laws. It's common sense. So now I want to talk a little bit more about who he is. So yeah, he's a socialist, he's Islamic. And what does Islam do? They hate the Jews and trans. But yet he shows up to with Jewish people wearing I forget what it's called, the hat that the Jewish people wear on their head here. He shows up to places wearing that. What does that tell you? Obviously he's lying if it's Islam's agenda to destroy Jewish people. So and then we go bring up the trans. If you're in Islam and you are transgender or you are gay, they will kill you. They kill you for that. But yet he shows up to the pride parade saying, "Oh, everyone just come on, let's all live together, blah blah blah, whatever." It doesn't make sense. There's one way that it would make sense, and that's if he is practicing a term called taqiyya. And that's where it's acceptable to lie to push Islam. To bring everyone in, lie to him, bring everyone in, then when you have control, you can do whatever. Islamic people are called to kill infidels. Those Christians and Jewish people, they're the infidels. So that right, it's just this whole manifesto that he's pushing is full of lies. It's full of deceit. You, the people in New York need to open their eyes, and they're going to have their eyes open whenever it's the single mom with two kids who's working her butt off to pay for her kids' stuff. They're going to open their eyes when her taxes are getting raised because the successful people left. It's going to open the Jewish people's eyes when he's bringing this in and makes life harder for them. It's going to open the LGBTQ community's eyes whenever it shows that he hates the trans people. That's when it's going to show. And it's, for the life of me, I can't believe it, but I'm telling you right now, y'all need to pray for the people in New York because they don't know what they just got themselves into. But here we are, going to see what happens exactly, how it happens. I just, I hope that they have their eyes open and it doesn't have to be forcefully open for them. So, with that being said, I'm in Florida. I'll watch the whole social experiment play out, and I know how it's going to go and I know what's going to happen. But some people don't. Some people have to learn through experience. I wish that they didn't have to learn through experience, but that's just life. And I'm going to leave you on a quote that I heard. If you forget history, it will always repeat itself. Socialism's been played out in history multiple times, and every time the country has fallen. So I think a few people have forgotten that that happened, and it will repeat itself. We just need to fight to not let it happen here in America. So that's all I got. Had a little bit of good news, had a little bit of worrisome news. Wish I had more on the government shutdown for you, but I got nothing. It's still going on. Don't know what's going on up there. But come back Tuesday for our little Bible study. We got one more chapter of Second Corinthians to do. Then we're going to do a little wrap up of First and Second Corinthians, talk about it, what we learned, and that kind of thing. I hope to see y'all there. Come back for more next Thursday, solving the world's problems. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.